for very rich ladies. I'm not that lady. So anyway, I'm not the very rich lady that would probably buy this on a regular basis. So I hope you don't love this. But I thought I was going to, I've always wanted to try it. I thought, go ahead and try it this time. It's got the CC on the end of the brush. It's a very dense little brush. Now, this has not been washed yet. So what I'm going to do, y'all know that I always keep a little, actually I have 3 claws. I just washed them. And I'm just going to give this a good, you know, just really knock off any chemicals or warehouse dust or wherever they get these things from. Don't think that they're in some luxurious haul, y'all. This is products that they sell hundreds of, and so no, I'm sure it's in a warehouse somewhere, but I'm sure it is kept under plastic or whatever until they package it in here, because actually what I didn't pull out was it actually was in one. It was in a little case, but it didn't come out with it. So, and is this good to keep? Yes, because once I do clean this after I use it, you can pull it back through there and it reshapes it. And it is important to reshape your brushes. I usually do it with my hands. Just so y'all know, after I use my makeup cleaner, and if it's really bad, I will use soap and water, but that's not the best thing to use on your brushes. Usually it's better to use a makeup brush cleanser. And I've done a video on that if you want to watch what my favorite 2 are. And one of the easiest ones to get, I think it's both at Sephora and I know it's at Ulta, is the It Cosmetics brush bath. That's a good one, but I found even 2 better ones. And so I have done a video on that, so I won't go into that right now. But I am just giving this just to make sure there's no dust, and, you know, because I am going to be putting this on my skin, and I have not washed it. Get all the dust out of it. But once I do that and wash it and all that sort of stuff, or clean it, I will always do like that, like come up around it and kind of get the, like I just did, knock it, almost like a painter does a paintbrush, like that, and get every little bit of moisture out of there. And then I lay it on its side to dry. I learned that from a professional once who said never dry your brushes like this. It's really not even good to store them that way because all the dust is going down in there. And so if you'll notice, whenever I use a brush, I'll tap it like that and get any room dust off of it. But I actually do have all my brushes in a cup, so she said don't do that. But when I wash them, I do let them lay this way because she said you don't want the water to go down into the ferrule. It will eventually loosen that glue over time. And, you know, this is both glued in and then it's tightly pressed in to this ferrule piece. I think that's what that's called. And eventually your expensive brush, of course I got really good. Sigma Beauty brushes are the best brushes. And they have lasted me, gosh, 10 plus years. And It Cosmetics brushes are really good too. But this looks like a very good brush. Here is it's a very beautiful, you know, they both have the gold, because it's Sublimage, it's the gold. What that really says to me is this is the best packaging, and instead of black and white, it's black and gold because it's the most expensive, so that'd be like a real gold. And I'm not taunting that, oh, I can afford such expensive stuff. I'm saying this is a special treat that I would not normally do, and I probably will not be able to continue to do. But I did want to try Sublimage, so we'll see. So this is Beige Rose 22, and as you can see, I think it's going to be a pretty decent color match because I'm pale. But as you age, you get red and discolorations. And so, and I do not put product on the back of my hand and dab off my hand. I put it right on the edge of the product, but on the edge of the brush. But if you're going to do that, you got to be ready to put it right on your face. I've already prepared my face with my skincare, blah, blah, blah. So we're just going to go for it. So I'm going to do 2 squirts. First, let me make sure it's getting going. 1, 2, okay? And I'm going to go right into it. Let's just see how it does. Just with 2. That really should be plenty for my whole face. How's it do right there with that age spot? Cover's pretty decent. Now my brush is running out, so I may need to use a little more. That's why it may not be. Oh, by the way, the skincare that I did was just to clean my face really well. I did not put on serum because this has serum in it. And so I did not put on moisturizer because serum really is supposed to be under moisturizer and not the moisturizer first. So we'll see how this does with serum and just makeup and no moisturizer. It smells yummy. So they put fragrance in, which is never supposed to be good for you, but I have to tell you, that's part of the experience for me, so I'm probably not the best person And then, of course, I round out whatever's left on the brush on my forehead. I don't put a lot of makeup on my forehead. I just want to get the coloration, what's the word? The same. So what you're really trying to do is even the palette out right here. And it's a good color block. Here's how you know. When you elongate your jaw, when you can't even see the line, and it came right there because there's a bunch there. That's a good match. Yeah, that's a really good match because I can't even see where the line is. And then I like to tap it in. I think it does better coverage for one thing. And then for another, it does fill the pores. And that's really a lot of what makes it look so like glass-like finish is your pores. Here's what I would say about this. This must be buildable, and I'm going to build it because I feel like I should not be able to see through so much. Now, it compared to what I was without it, yes, but I'm going to get down here a little better. And right where my age spots are. And you ladies who are older, you understand, it's not in your T-zone. It's down here where you get age spots that you want a little more coverage on either side, so it doesn't look so bad on the sides of your face. But you still see my skin. It's just not so prominent. The age spots aren't. I'm purposely staying out from under my eyes because it's makeup, not concealer. However, I just changed my mind. I'm going to go under my eyes and see if I could go without concealer. Because this is a serum product. You also have to be careful of, is it okay to be around your eyes? And also make sure you go down your neck, even out your color. So what do y'all think? Still think I need a little concealer. And again, I don't think it's that high coverage. I think I will probably keep this, to be honest with you, because I do like it. But I do feel like it is medium coverage, not full coverage. And I do feel like it looks very glowy, but it's also very moist, and that's probably the serum. But is that a good thing? Because I feel almost like if this doesn't dry down soon, it's gonna, if I like hug somebody or whatever, you'd be that person that got makeup on their clothes. Whereas when I wear my regular Chanel Perfection Lumiere Velvet, it does not. It's very matte and it's very velvety. It dries out and it's almost like to a powder base. This I can tell from the actual brush, which is a dome brush, that it's still moist. And that may be the serum and why you need a special brush only for this. So we'll see how it does. What do y'all think? First of all, I got bright lights on, so it is hard for you to tell. But do you feel like it did good coverage over my age spots? And do you feel like it looks moist? Is the color right, or does it wash me out? You can kind of look at my hands and my neck to see that. So that's that. I feel the need to go ahead and put on a little bit of under eye concealer, and I've got plenty to choose from. So you know what I haven't used in a while? I've used the Tarte Shape Tape, and I've used this new El Maquillage, but you know I haven't used in a while. Oops, that's not it. Is my Urban Decay, which is one of my favorites, and now I can't even find it. And now I just knocked everything on my desk over. What to do with it? I don't know, y'all. One of my absolute favorites, though, and this is a drugstore brand that I will stand behind. It's my favorite. The Instant Age Rewind Eraser Concealer. And it's from Maybelline. And I like it the best. But I was going to try out. I really did want to use my Urban Decay, because I just haven't used it in so long, and I felt like I needed to use that again, but I don't see it. I only got these other two. What did I do with it, y'all? There's this. Okay, so this is Naked Skin Urban Decay Color Correcting Fluid. And I actually feel like that's more what I needed before I put this on to cancel the bluishness. That's what I'm seeing. It's still very blue. And this color corrector is peach. And what peach does on the color wheel, if you'll look on the opposite of the color wheel is the canceling color. So on the opposite of blue is peach. So if you put peach on, this is not a concealer, this is a color corrector. But you often don't need a concealer if you use a color corrector before you put on your makeup. So I should have done that first. Because what that does is it cancels the blue. It may have even canceled that age spot if I'd done that. There's one, and there's one, and there's one. And these over here. So what I'm doing, which this is not the order, but I'm going to blend it in and see this, because I don't remember if I've ever showed you all this before, and I don't remember if it worked well, because I'm wondering why I'm not using it. I'm putting that right over, and it's not doing a thing. Look. I even put a glob. Nothing. But it does look like it did good under the eyes, except it's a lot of product. So where is that concealer brush? Actually, I think more than a concealer brush at this stage of the game. I did get that really good one from El Maquillage. Y'all may have seen that. Put that right in the corner too, because it gets very dark in here, y'all. Your inner corner by your nose, because it's hollowed out. What you're seeing literally is where you're hollowed out when you see that purple color. You're seeing the hollowness underneath your skin. You can brush it real quickly, but then just pat it. Let's just pat over here with that. Even though it didn't do any good there. Okay, and also color correcting is not the same as brightening. So there's also brightening products that you can do that will take these dark zones, and that's why concealer is good to do all of that. But sometimes concealer is not enough to get rid of this, so you have to put on a color corrector and then put on a concealer. So that did cancel the blue, but that doesn't mean that I